Everybody, I'm back. Looks like so many players that we kind of crashed all the servers, but we're back and running now. So we are going to get right back into where we left off. Okay, so we built our warehouse for our energy to be stored, and now we are going to get a little worker to go around and collect all of our energy. So we're going to go to the industrial, scroll all the way down, and we're going to purchase our worker. And then as we're going to continue to keep selling our flour so we can keep our money up, so we can continue to build. Every time you see this little house with a check mark, it means it's done building. You have to click on it. Okay, so he's going to run out and he's going to run to each one of these turbines, and he is going to grab that little battery and bring it to our little warehouse over down here. Okay, so now we are going to go by the water over here. We are going to remove this little marsh. We're just going to build one little dirt road because I'm not sure where I want this to go yet. But we need a road for our water facility. So keep in mind, always keep watching your money, how much you're paying out. You don't want to go negative. If you go negative and you have things to sell, you're okay because your truck will still drive even if you are negative, but your workers will all stop working. All right, so while we're waiting for the water facility, we are just going to place one of our NFTs right here. We're going to place the Tesla coil right now, because since we have the worker, it says charging energy. This Tesla coil is going to create one of these little batteries in itself, so then he's going to run around and collect those as well. And just like on the wind turbine, the coil actually produces a battery. So we want to have like a nice buildup of energy. That way, when we start producing our gas, we're not waiting for energy to be produced. We're still producing energy, and we also have it in our storehouse. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so now that we got him going around and collecting all of these little batteries, we are in good shape. Since we still have that 27 gas, we're always looking for that too, because once you run out, you cannot sell anymore from your truck. So you will definitely start to go negative if you don't have cash built up. We're just going to add a little bit more to this road here because I don't want to put anything right next to my windmill here because I don't want it to slow down on producing. But my lumberjack is not cutting down fast enough, so we are going to add in one more lumberjack. Because we can't continue to build without the wood. So if you don't have enough wood, like right now, my water facility is waiting for that wood. So we're just going to let that kind of sit there because it's not doing me any harm. It's I'm not paying that person in the water facility a salary yet until that little home comes with a check mark and I click it and open up that water facility. You're not paying. So even if you built it and you left it with the check mark and you don't click on it right away, like you are not going to pay that worker until you click on it. All right, we got about 8 batteries going, which is fantastic. What I'm going to do here is I am going to move this, well, not that one yet. Okay, we're going to move this one. We're going to return it to the inventory. We're just kind of going to return all of these to the inventory at the moment. Except for my haunted porches, because I still want the pumpkins. But I don't want to move it for another 39 seconds until the headless horseman, runs out that pumpkin. And then what we're actually going to do is we are going to build another storehouse because we want to have the storehouse full of energy, but we also need some water, and we don't want water is made very fast, especially when it's next to the pond. So about, I think, every 30 seconds it will produce 1 barrel of water. So it can fill up your storehouse very, very fast, and then you won't be saving any energy as well. See, since it's right next to the pond, it doesn't, like the water facility doesn't have to run out and collect from a well. So it's just automatically going to keep producing every 30 seconds, which will fill up your storehouse much faster than your actual, your energy. Even though it produces fast, he's got to walk and collect it. This one, she just, they just have to walk from there to the storehouse. Done. So we are going to build another dirt road. Oh, let's put back our haunted porch. We're going to move this haunted porch. We're going to move it over here. Hopefully this one isn't too close to this one, otherwise we will move it again. Okay, so here we're going to build another industrial warehouse. Alright, our money is still looking okay for the moment. So this is the longest time that it takes you, is actually your initial setup of your town on how you want it to look, um, the best placements for things to generate the fastest and be able to sustain you for playing for the month, that you'll get on and only have to, play a few minutes a day and not play hours. I usually set up the town on the first day of the server resets, and it will take me, an hour, a couple hours here and there, to get the town going. And then throughout the month, a little bit, I'll, tweak my town, destroy some things, add in different things, just depending on what I'm going for. If you're going for, to make, top placement, or if you're, just looking to get paid on the NFTs, those are different things that you might start destroying other things to make things that make you more stars, those type of things. But your initial setup is what you need, because you can't continue to run your town without the gas. So we have to make sure we have the gasoline producing in the beginning, and that way we can just keep going from there. If you saw that he just took that battery and he threw it on the ground, I absolutely hate that, because my storehouse is now full. So one thing that you could do is, because we are actually not ready to start making energy, it does not pay well right here. So it only pays you 1,500 for 10 batteries, right? But we're going to sell it so I can show you. I can show you why producing batteries are so important for your daily gameplay. All right, so watch my stars over here. We're going to collect it. Oh, it changed. Okay. So last month, things will change a little bit from time to time. Like last month, when you sold your batteries, it gave you 5,000 stars. So right now, it's only giving you 10. So that's how a lot of people were ranking up last month, is they were just like over abundantly filling up their town with turbines and warehouses and your workers, and then they were just continually selling those batteries. This month, that will be a problem for them, since it's actually not working. It's only going to give them 10 stars. It's back to the original where it was. So each month there might be something else that is maybe kind of, I don't know if I would say glitched or intentionally done. I'm not sure. That will give you additional stars. All right, so now we have both of our warehouses up, and then we have some pumpkins to sell. So the different items that you sell will have different star ratings. Like right now, when you're selling the pumpkins, we are going to take a look, because last month it was 20. So we're about to see. Okay, and it's still 20. So when you sell the pumpkins, you get 20 stars. So we're going to get you guys doing a couple of sells. We're going to be able to make you reach your goal for the day within a couple of sells a day. So all right, so now we got water going and we have energy. So now what we will do is we are actually going to purchase our refinery. All right, right here under industrial, our refinery, it's 15,000. You do pay out 200 a minute in the in-game money. So we are going to start that process now. Once I get enough money here, what I'm going to do is, actually, we're going to take that out right now. Okay, we're going to add another fuel storage down here, so that your refinery, once it makes its petroleum, he just has to run right across the road here and put it into the fuel storage instead of running all the way up and across and over and put it here, and then he has to grab it from there too. So I add one that's closer, so everything is right within reach. We have the storehouses that have the batteries, we have, and the water, and then we have, we'll have the fuel storage here. So everything that is needed to actually make our fuel is right here in the area within a few steps of our refinery. Let me see, I didn't see if the coil needed to be placed next to a road, but I will check that out in a minute. All right, so we're moving right along. We're in good shape still. And even money-wise, even though we're down to 7,000, we're still okay. Since we pay out 360, the other 200 hasn't kicked in yet because it's not finished building. So by then we'll have already made another sell from our wheat. So here's where your important part comes in. Now that we're building the refinery, I got to skip a part because we have the haunted items. If you don't have the haunted items, another thing that you will have to build will be, click over here so I can show you. For under the industrial, you will have to purchase oil pumps. Okay, so these oil pumps will produce that crude, the crude oil that you need to refine to make petroleum. With the haunted, anything haunted, you do not need these oil pumps. You do not have to place them down. If you don't have something haunted, you definitely will need oil pumps. So what I mean by that is right here, right next to our refinery, we're going to go into our NFTs and we are going to place down one of our haunted items. We're going to place it directly next to it because this this haunted item is going to provide the crude oil to your refinery so that you don't need those pumps. That's why you will not see any pumps on my town. We're going to flip around here. So like I said, if you don't have any of the haunted items, I would kind of like find some spots because it needs a road as well. Just find something and kind of run it down and make like just like a whole row of just like oil pump, oil pump, oil pump, oil pump, oil pump. And that way you will, have that crude oil stored in your fuel storage. to make that petroleum, because it's a process. It goes the crude oil to the petroleum, from the petroleum to the gasoline, and then once you get enough gasoline, then you can go gasoline to jet fuel, and then we'll kind of get into that on how that will help you and what makes the jet fuel an awesome sell for the day. All right, we need one more wood there. Okay, so kind of like the same thing with the Tesla coil, right? Because the Tesla coil actually produces the batteries, but it also produces energy to the building next to it. So right here for the refinery, it's going to give it the energy that it needs to produce. Okay, we're gonna sell our flour. All right, so now our refinery is up. We're gonna hit craft, okay? So if you see, it says 2 crude oil, 1 water drum, and 2 energy. You have to start here. You can't jump to any of these because they need the next one, okay? So we're gonna go make petroleum. Okay, so as you can see, we have the things next to it. So the haunted item produces 2 crude oil to here. The little Tesla coil produces 1 energy out of the 2 it needs, and it still needs 1 water. So he's going to run to these little storehouses and collect that. And while he's doing that, we are going to build a fuel storage. It only takes, 30 seconds to make, so our fuel storage will not be done by the time that he's done. So he will have to run that all the way up to the top of our town, up here into this fuel storage. And right now, because we have 11 water and energy is actually what is used the most, I'm going to turn off the water facility. I have 11. That's good enough for now. We're just going to let him continue to produce the energy. Okay, so he ran it all the way up here, and then he's going to just run back because we don't need... Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me return this real quick. I want to see if it needs... I don't remember if it needs to be placed next to a road, so that's what we're going to take a look at. Okay, it does need to be placed near a road. Okay, so we're going to add it back. And then if you have like the bigger solar panels or the bigger Tesla coil, if you add it near it, like here or here, it will provide more energy. Like the more, when you have like the uncommon, epic, or legendary, it's going to provide more to the structures next to it. Like right now, this Tesla coil is providing 1. But the higher up ones will provide 2, will provide 3, will provide, and so on and so forth. They'll provide more energy to its surrounding structures. So that's also a good, in-game advantage when we're talking about that on placing your NFT, like where to place it, why to place it there. You're going to place it near a building that needs energy, because that way you're not, you don't need to use as much. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute, because what we're going to do is actually, so I can show you, we are going to stop producing the petroleum. Stop. and we are going to go into gasoline. Since we do have 2 petroleum in here, he's going to run back and grab that petroleum, one of them. So now for the petroleum, he's going to grab that, and then he needs water, and he needs energy. So, but we need 6 energy. So that's quite a lot of energy. And what you could actually even do there is, if we take out, do we want to take that one out? Yeah, not sure if I want to take that out yet. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to build a little road here. A dirt road next to the other one. And then we're going to go in and let's find our solar panel. Solar panel also needs to be placed next to a road. So if we just make that dirt road there, so it's going to provide an energy to that as well. Alright, so now we got our little guy. He's making gas, which it is a slower process because he makes one at a time. But you do it so you don't run out of gas, and then as you get more money, you get more refineries. So you'll, probably, I usually end up with about 4 to 5 refineries producing. I have one that one or two that continually produce petroleum, and then I have 1 or 2 that make gas, just depending on how many gas I have, and then the other remaining ones I have make jet fuel, because jet fuel, at least last month, it was 270 stars for every 10. So when you sell that 4 times, you have your 1,000 stars for the day done. And you have your fuel storage that you can hold those, so you're not, you're not always waiting for it to produce. You let that produce as you're selling. Okay, so now we have our extra fuel storage. So now everything that he's going to make, he's going to run it to the closest one. So he's going to run it right here. All right, so he's going to run it right there. Okay, we're going to stop making the gasoline right now. We're going to build up on some petroleum, because right now we have, see, now we don't need any energy. So right now, we want to build up on our petroleum, so that way we can just make a lot of gas at one time. We just keep making gas, keep making gas, keep making gas, keep making gas. And then once we get it built up to where you're comfortable on selling, you don't have to worry about it anymore. And you can just make it as you go. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I have to wait for some money to build back up, because with 8,000, I don't really want to buy anything else. I don't want to run the risk of going negative and not really having anything to sell. Because right now I could sell wheat, but it doesn't really get you too much money. So 3,000, I'm really not going to be able to buy too much. What I want to do is have some more windmills. I want to, kind of put them all over my town, spread them out so that they produce very fast, and then let those keep going, keep selling. Okay, so as we go through right here at this point, you are sustainable. Are you going to be able to play for just a couple of minutes and call it a day? Probably not, just because it's not producing fast enough. So what you want to do is you're still going to, spend some time building this town out for the rest of the day. You're going to want to add more windmills. You're going to want to add, maybe another depending on how many windmills you get, maybe you want to add another storage so you can collect, keep 40 on hand at all times, so you can just sell, 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 sell. For here, what I'd recommend is getting more refineries. You're going to want, a couple more. So, I always save a spot right here. My Tesla coil is kind of my place saver at the moment, because this is going to be where my power plant goes. My power plant is going to provide this building with energy, and the one on the other side of it. So you'll need a water pump that will go here. It has to go next to the water. So as we're going in industrial, we are going to put this water pump. See, that's $50,000. You would buy that first. You place that down. It's going to actually provide water to your refinery without needing, too much of the water facility. And then you'd place a refinery on this side. So you have the power plant in the middle. Well, so you have haunted house, refinery, power plant, haunted house, refinery, and then a haunted house on the end. Or you could have the haunted house directly behind the refinery, because they don't need to go on a road. And then you grow from there. You keep growing. Leave one making petroleum and one making gasoline, and then build another one. Keep going with jet fuel. Keep building it up. Your windmills, same thing. Right now, if you have an overabundance amount of wheat, as I do, 78, I'm going to continue with them making flour, because it's a resource I don't have to spend any more at the moment to make. But eventually what I will do is I will switch it to sugar. Not all of them, but some of them. Because flour pays 120 stars. Sugar is 160. No, 140. I'm sorry, 140. And salt is 160. So the higher you go up, the more stars you'll earn on those items, which you will need your 1,000 stars for the day. So my suggestion at the moment would be to build it up on day one to where you're making jet fuel. Like I said, 270 stars for every 10. So when you sell 4, you just, you have them built up in your fuel storage here. You'll have, all the jet fuels in here, and you will just sell 4 times. You got your 1,000 stars for the day. You're done. You don't have to do anything else. You'll click the little cowgirl, and there'll be a button down here that says collect, and it'll tell you exactly how many town coin that you earned for the day. So as you go, you'll keep clearing your lands. Like I said, do not clear your ponds, because just like you place your water facility here, it doesn't need water. When you place your crops where these marshes are, they also will not need water. I am excited to see the new one in the little shop. I told you we went over the peppermint field today, right? So this one is new. It says for making candy canes. I didn't see anything new in the shop besides this, but as I scrolled up, I did see the candy shop. The candy shop is new. So the candy shop is going to make candy canes. So that's kind of exciting. So I'm sure that you'll need probably sugar and the peppermint, because usually in these candy shops they require multiple items to make one item. So you'll need, I'm assuming, the peppermint, and then the bags of sugar, and then possibly something else. Not sure what yet, because it's new for me, just like it's new for you. Okay, so I hope that I've kind of went over how to build your town out, where you don't have too many questions, where you will be able to sustain, and then you just keep adding from there. Later in the evening, after I build up some more money, I'm going to let it run and just continually sell on here. I can come back on and show you the rest of the build out to be able, so tomorrow you don't have to go on and play for multiple hours. So if you get to this point here, always watch for money though, but just kind of let it run, because as soon as you bring up another screen, or as soon as you close it down, the whole town stops. So you will not be producing anything anymore. So like right now, we're so close to having another flower cell. So I would leave it run right now, and wait for the, to get the 10 flowers, sell it, and then maybe go do some other things in the house. Maybe, do some dishes, or, work on some orders that I have for my business. Because just like all of you guys, like I am also busy, like a mother of 3, run my own business, plus, game on the side, and play game with my kids. So, a few minutes a day, to make some extra, money for your family, or an extra income. A lot of people are like, I'm more looking for passive income, something that I don't have to do, play hours and do that to get paid. You really don't have to, play hours a day. The biggest thing is setting up your town. After that, we'll have it set up for you where you're going to only sell a couple of things, a couple of times a day, and you're done. Like, so as long as it takes for your truck to run, I mean, it could be under a minute and you're done. It could be 3 minutes and you're done. Or if you just don't have, your fuel done yet, you may wait there the 1 minute for it to produce however many jet fuel you need, or however many of whatever you plan on selling. So I will come back on and I will show you, once we have some money built up, on more things to purchase and getting you there. Right now it's going to take, some time for it to build up some money, but I will dive into some NFTs while we are still here. Okay, so we are okay, we're gonna go here. Well, let's see. Okay, since we have a paved road here, we're gonna go. We have there are many different NFTs here that will do different things. I touched a little bit on them. So what did I just click? Okay, I just clicked get NFTs by accident. Sorry guys. All right, so for your water tower, if you have any of the water towers, it requires that it goes by a road. So what you would do is, I recommend putting your crops over here in the dark green, and especially around the pond. Okay, you would take your water tower, since we built this road, and this road will eventually, these wheat I will eventually destroy and put the road there and move them down here. So what we do is, since we already have a road here, utilize your road and utilize what areas it will water. So for here, you would like place your water tower because it's going to water everything surrounding it. All of these. The closer and the most direct, like, to the left, to the right, and in front of it, those are going to get the most water from it. But then diagonally, those are going to get like residual water, so they may get one. But then you also have on the flip side, you also have the pond. So it's going to get watering from the pond and watering from this side of the pond. Just trying to make sure when I place that there, it's not going to go here. Okay, so as you see this little well here, what I usually do is I put my wells very close to my crops. So we'll put like a well here, we'll put a well here, eventually get rid of these trees and put well, like usually I have this whole side running down as wells and across because they're cheap, and we have a lot of water bots in here. We have a whole lot of water bots. I believe about 9 water bots here. So they'll come out and water all of your things. So just make sure that you have enough wells for them to do that. All right. So then we got your crops near water. It could even be here, but I like this one because it's the darker green. Here is darker green too, but then you start getting closer to your industrial stuff, and it shadows. I guess they say that the buildings shadow down, so your crops take longer to actually grow. So your crops, even though you're in the dark green and you're by the water, it may be in the red because your west wing is towering over and it's giving the land shade, so it's not going to grow as well. So you want it to be like over here with like, no real big buildings or anything around it. I kind of go all the way around here. So like, let's go back into here. So, all right. So I'm hoping you guys understand, the values of these storages, because if you're going to produce something that is a lot of wheat, like right now we're doing the flour, so we need a ton of wheat. This legendary one will hold 80 wheat, so it's not going to impact our regular silo. I don't have to, worry about in-game money to buy a new silo because one's filled up, because it only holds 20. I just place this one down, let them run all the wheat there, and use the other one for pumpkins or whatever it is. So the same with your sugarcane. Your wheat stand, you place that next to your windmills, or if you have animals, place that next to your feed, and it will provide the feeder with the wheat to feed the animals. Your water tower, we went over that the water towers will provide water to the crops near it. Mr. Puddles, he waters your crops. The solar panels, so we went over that. It has to be placed near a road, but it will provide energy to any surrounding buildings. All your haunted items, so your graveyard, your crypts, your east wing, west wing, haunted porch, and also your main tower. Those will all produce crude oil to the surrounding buildings. So you want to put those by your refinery, and you want to put those by your power plant that will produce your energy and produce your fuel. And the payouts on these, if you're looking for high-paying NFTs, they're saying that they're supposed to be coming back into the store. They're whatever glitch they had, they're refunding everybody on their haunted items, and they're going to put them back into the store. If you could pick up, an east wing or a west wing, those do pay 60 town coin a day, and that is a really good investment. And well, we shouldn't say investment, right? So but you'll be able to get a return on that, because if you're playing it, you're making 60 coin a day on each one of them. It's actually good money. The haunted porches, I don't believe that they're going to put those back in because they were sold out before the sale. But if you do see a haunted porch in there, definitely snatch that one up, because they pay you $79 a day. They provide those pumpkins that we talked about that you can sell those in the beginning for 10,000 for every 10. Plus then on top of that, it provides the oil. So that is a really good one with multiple in-game advantages for you. Tesla coils. I know that those all just sold out. If you get an opportunity to get one, or if you've had one dropped to your node, those are great. They produce energy very fast, and the lowest one pays 60. So let me pull up. I think I have my list here, because I know people were asking me before if I would go over NFTs that I do not have as well. Give me 1 second to pull this up. All right, so we're talking about the rare Tesla coil. The rare Tesla coil pays 140 town a day. It doesn't show me the legendary, but the legendary solar panel actually, that one pays 666 town a day. The rare solar panel, that one pays 100 town a day, and then the one that I have pays 18, I believe. 16. So then, your water towers, your legendary water tower. So we're talking here. I know that the legendary and those are sold out too, but the legendary, I just wanted to touch a little bit on that in case anybody has that. The legendary water tower does pay 72 town coin a day. A lot of these could be subject to change. Sometimes Gala, they do decide to change their pricing. I'm hoping that eventually, once we get enough players, and their goal that they have set, is also to pay more on these NFTs. So hopefully some of them that we're holding now that maybe seem lower will pay more in the long run. So your regular, like your uncommon, all of your uncommon storage, they pay 11. And let's see what else we got here. Okay, so these are really cool. So they came out with these Vox. They were the first drop. I don't, if you guys have these, they're really cool. If not, they do have some of them for sale on OpenSea. What you would do is you can go to like a rarity tool and see how much the Vox will pay you before you purchase it. So you go to the rarity tools and you type in the Vox number, which would be like 425, and it would tell you it's going to pay you 45.85 town a day. Or you type in 6159 and it's going to tell you it will actually tell you the rarity number, which the rarity number would be 53.33, but that is how many town it pays you daily. So the Vox are kind of cool. They don't, like I said, they don't really have any in-game help or benefit, but they do pay pretty well. And there's some that pay thousands of town a day, but you will pay, yourself a nice pretty penny for those on OpenSea. Also, they're supposed to be having some new holiday NFTs coming to the store. I'm hoping that those can have some awesome in-game utility, as well as just like all of their Halloween items, their haunted items did as well. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. And obviously on the 6th, it's coming out, the Vox sale that we're having, Gala's having for the Miranda's Vox. So the really cool thing about those are they're the box are going to work in both games. So for season 2 of Townstar, not season 1, but season 2 of Townstar, you'll be able to add that box into Townstar, as well as to use that box in Miranda's. So one box will give you double earning opportunity. So I mean, I wouldn't go crazy. I would probably buy one, because for it to work in Miranda's for you, you have to have the matching exemplar. Otherwise, the box is not going to work for you. So if you don't have the matching exemplar and it's sold out in the store, you know, kind of stinks. So I wouldn't, buy, go crazy on them, because you may not have a matching exemplar for it to play in Miranda's. And like I said, the skin packs right now, they just look cool. They don't really, they really just don't do anything. Like, it's not like it makes anything produce faster. But the good thing about those, the packs are, it does provide a piece for a dragon in Miranda's. But of course, we have people that like to buy all of them up and then resell them on OpenSea for tens of thousands of dollars, which kind of stinks, because you just stop so many people from getting, their dragon. But I will think that, eventually, if nobody buys them at the 20,000, they're going to have to come down, because, if you hold the other cards and they hold one, as long as you hold out and don't pay, eventually prices have to come down, but if you see any good NFTs in the store for sale, snatch them up. Even if it's, not a high paying one. If you have questions on them, you can always shoot me a message in Discord and ask me, or you can leave it on my video and ask me, like, hey, I was thinking about buying this NFT, could you tell me how much town it would pay a day? I will let you know on those if it's what I didn't go over in the video, or and the new ones, I'll be just as excited to see how much those pay as well. So as we go, we'll kind of learn together, and I'm always here to help you. Last month I made it to, ranking 144 for the month. So excited. That was the first time that, I made it that high up. It's kind of a learning curve, so don't get discouraged. And if you ever need any help or anything besides the videos, like if you have questions on, other placements or different things, I'm more than happy to help you guys. This is an awesome way to, make extra money with those NFTs that maybe you already have or that you're thinking about purchasing. But definitely worth your time to do it. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I will be back probably later this evening. I'm just going to let my money build up, and then I will come back and I will build out the rest of my town with you. But right now, as it sits, you would be able to sustain for a play to earn. You wouldn't be able to go in and out for the 5 minutes. So once you get this part, this far, we will continue to build out your town, and we'll get you to being only playing for a few minutes a day. All right, well, I will talk to you soon, and can't wait to see all of your towns, and hopefully I see you guys making some awesome money in Townstar. Don't miss the opportunity. I know a lot of you have NFTs sitting in your wallet, in your inventory, and you're not playing with them. Make sure, please, just make sure you're using them and playing. Don't ever pass up, extra money. that is, I mean, I don't know. I can't pass up extra money sitting there when I have the NFTs. Or if I see it get an NFT that, if you calculate it, if you played so long, how much would it take you to get your money back? Um, and then go from there. Some of it is going to be, a little bit of an investment for those that don't have any NFTs. Um, but I assure you, you can make it back. You just need to get on here and play each day. Um, and the more that we play and the more that we earn, the better the game gets. The more players are in it, the higher, the higher the coin goes. The better it is for Gala for sustaining on one of their games. The more Townstar nodes that will be needed. So those are all, great pluses to think about. But okay, I will get back to you guys later. I'm just going to let it build up. So if you have followed me this far and you are where I'm at, let yours build up too, and we will build it out together later. All right.